Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. We are going to be unpacking a brief but honestly incredibly profound text today that kind of forces us to take a hard look in the mirror. We're going to explore this concept of ecological harmony, humanity's extremely fragile place within it, and, well, what actually happens when we disrupt the very planet we call home.
So, right out of the gate, the text hits us with this quote. It is only humans who are destroying this balance. It's a heavy statement, right? Right away, our source material establishes this central, undeniable tension. The antagonist in this story isn't some random natural disaster, and it's not a cosmic shift. It's us. We are the unique, singular disruptors in what is otherwise a perfectly calibrated system.
Okay, so let's dive right into this. Actually, before we can even begin to understand the disruption itself, we need to understand what exactly was disrupted in the first place. I want you to try and imagine a world before our interference. The source sets up what we can call a baseline of harmony. This is an environment where absolutely everything works in natural concert. It requires zero management, zero synthetic intervention, and certainly no human engineering to keep it going.
And that idea brings us to the core philosophical premise of the text, the 5 fundamental elements of nature. We're talking about air, water, fire, sky, and earth. In an untouched system, these 5 elements exist in perfect equal unity. No single element dominates the others. I mean, think about it. Fire doesn't just consume all the oxygen, and water doesn't wash away all the earth. They are locked in this pristine ecological equilibrium, constantly regulating each other just to sustain life.
Which perfectly leads us into defining unity. Now, the definition provided here might seem simple on the surface, but the implications are absolutely massive. It's described as a state of perfect balance and an unbroken connection. We're not talking about a fragile, temporary peace treaty between the elements. No, this unity is complete. It is grounded and it is entirely immovable. It's literally the ultimate foundation of how our world operates when it's left entirely to its own devices.
But here is where the narrative shifts and things get a bit uncomfortable. The author specifically points the finger at our pursuit of advanced technology as the great disruptor. It's not necessarily just that human beings exist on the planet. It's exactly how we are choosing to exist. We are actively dismantling that unbroken natural connection we just talked about. We're consistently prioritizing synthetic, artificial progress over biological stability.
So we were left with this incredibly stark juxtaposition. On one side, you have nature, existing in this inherent, beautiful state of unity and balance. And then on the other side, humanity, blindly pursuing advanced technology, often at the direct cost of that very balance. This clash, this intense friction between ancient, enduring ecological power and modern human hubris, is really the beating heart of our analysis today.
Now, you might be wondering, what does this all mean for us on a personal level? Well, the crucial point is understanding exactly what internal qualities we lose when we break these natural laws. Our source doesn't just say, hey, our machines are bad or our carbon footprint is too large. It goes much deeper. It diagnoses a fundamental failure of human character. It points to specific internal virtues that literally vanish from our collective psyche the moment we detach from the natural world to just chase endless advancement.
So, what exactly are we losing? The critique calls out 3 specific virtues: unity, responsibility, and care. Without unity, we start viewing ourselves as superior to and totally separate from nature. Without responsibility, we just extract resources endlessly without ever giving back or replenishing them. And without care, well, we become totally indifferent to the destruction left in our wake. The text makes it incredibly clear. Reclaiming our sense of responsibility is the ultimate key to our survival. Which brings us to a major crossroads. The narrative pivots right here, from a tough diagnosis of our internal flaws straight into a cautionary tale. It lays out a clear choice and a very sharp ultimatum. There's a real sense of objective urgency being built around the consequences of our current path. The ambiguity is completely gone at this point. We are faced with 2 very distinct futures, and it depends entirely on our next move.
But hey, fortunately, there is a clear way forward outlined for us. Step 1 is to return to our roots and take care of nature. If we can shoulder that responsibility, if we can actually do that, we unlock step 2, which is living happy and healthy lives. It's a package deal. The message is undeniable here. Our personal well-being is inextricably tied to the planet's health. We simply can't be well if we're living inside a sick ecosystem. Protecting nature isn't just about saving the environment, it's quite literally about saving ourselves.
But if we fail to act, the warning provided is incredibly blunt. Quote, even the most advanced technology cannot protect us from the consequences of nature's reaction. Wow. Let that sink in for a second. Think about the urgent reality of that statement. We build these massive infrastructures, giant firewalls and climate-controlled bubbles, and we falsely believe that we're completely insulated. But human technology is totally useless against a true planetary reaction. When that equilibrium of the 5 elements tips too far, nature easily, effortlessly bypasses all our synthetic defenses.
Nature is more powerful than anything. That is the ultimate, undeniable reality of our ecosystem. We might walk around feeling like we're the masters of our domain because of our smart devices and advanced tools, but at the end of the day, we are completely, entirely at the absolute mercy of the natural elements. It is a profoundly humbling reminder of who is really in charge here.
Which leaves us with one final, lingering thought to close out today's explainer. Will we return to our roots, or will we wait for nature's reaction? It's a question that directly challenges our collective footprint and forces us to completely rethink our reliance on technology. I want you to really think about where you fit into this balance and what responsibility you can personally take on. Thank you so much for joining me today. Keep questioning everything, and I'll see you for our next explainer.